everyone, welcome. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. There's lots planned for you on the show, but first, the headlines. Fierce government versus opposition showdown in Parliament over NEET paper leak. Rajnath Singh accuses the opposition of misleading the youth. Opposition demands Education Minister's resignation. Round 2 of Government and Cockroach Janata Party delegation likely soon. Government says doors for talks always open. CJP asks Minister to meet at Jantar Mantar or a neutral location. BJP hits the streets against Congress. Across India, BJP protests Congress's Delhi Dharna, says Grand Old Party politicizing NEET issue. Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule meet Prime Minister Modi in Delhi. Meet amid NCP support to NDA buzz. Meet fuels speculation over NCP merger. "21 killed in Assam flood fury. Nearly 900 villages submerged. Floodwaters trigger widespread devastation. Brahmaputra swells above danger level." US President Donald Trump has announced plans to impose tariffs of up to 200% on generic drugs. The move could impact India, may also affect pharmaceutical exports. Well, paper leak politics continues in the Parliament through the day as well. The government and the opposition locked horns over the Delhi protests. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has now hit out at the opposition, accusing it of using the country's youth as political tool. In a strong statement, Rajnath Singh has said that the opposition is misleading the youth and that it should debate on the issue in Parliament, not on the streets. Well, in Parliament, the opposition is adamant on demanding the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said that Pradhan should resign first and a debate on NEET and paper leak will only happen later. Akhilesh Yadav also said that opposition wants the resignation of the Education Minister. He also questioned Prime Minister Modi's silence on the matter and asked, why can't Prime Minister Modi speak on the issue? Earlier this morning, Congress leaders protested in Parliament in black outfits over detention of its MPs during an unauthorized dharna, a sit-in outside Prime Minister Modi's residence yesterday.
मैं ये चाहता हूं, आप जो अपने स्पीच में कहे हैं कि 267 रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयर केस में ये लिया जाता है, तो जब रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयर केस, इससे रेयरेस्ट क्या हो सकता है? के बारे में और रूल्स 267 के तहत यहाँ पर बहस करना चाहते हैं, उसके लिए अगर फेयर डिस्कशन होना है तो शिक्षा मंत्री पहले राजीनामा देना चाहिए।
इंडिया अलायंस गठबंधन है, उसका व्यवहार बहुत ही गैर जिम्मेदाराना व्यवहार है, गैर जिम्मेदाराना, और यह प्रजातांत्रिक विरोधी गतिविधि साफ साफ संसद में दिख रही है। संसद की मर्यादाओं को तार तार करके ये प्रजातांत्रिक मूल्यों का हनन कर रहे हैं।
हम एडजर्नमेंट मोशन मांग रहे हैं ताकि ठीक से डिस्कशन हो। आप 8 घंटे के लिए वंदे मातरम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, तो आप लंबे समय के लिए ठीक ढंग से एडजर्नमेंट मोशन पे ये इशू भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं।
अपोजिशन पार्टी ने कुछ मांग किया है, हम उसको रेस्पॉन्ड करना चाहते हैं तो उसको सुनना चाहिए। आपने कुछ डिमांड किया है, कुछ सुनेंगे नहीं, इसका मतलब आप चर्चा नहीं चाहते हैं। मैं उपसभापति महोदय, मैं इस सदन में आपके माध्यम से सरकार का पक्ष रखता हूं कि पहले दिन से ये मानसून सत्र का शुरू से सरकार ने कहा है के महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे जो भी है और नीट एग्जाम पेपर लीक को लेकर के हम चर्चा के लिए शुरू से तैयार हैं, अभी भी हम तैयार हैं। हमने कांग्रेस के नेताओं को बताया, बाकी पार्टी के नेताओं को भी कहा है कि सरकार चर्चा के लिए तैयार है, लेकिन चर्चा कैसे हो इसका एक निर्णय चेयरमैनशिप का अध्यक्षता में सबसे मिलकर के बात करके हम तय कर सकते हैं।
युवा छात्र नौजवान हम सबके हैं, हम सब लड़ रहे हैं उनके लिए, हम सब लड़ रहे हैं उनके लिए। छात्रों की नहीं सुनी जाएगी तो सड़कों पे आएंगे। और जो सरकार ने व्यवहार किया है, इस्तीफा तो क्या है, इस्तीफा तो जब चाहेंगे तब मंत्री ले लेंगे, सदन के बाद ले लेंगे। लेकिन सवाल ये जो छात्रों के साथ व्यवहार हुआ है, उनके हाथ तोड़े, सर तोड़ा, उनके कपड़े फाड़े, क्या बेटियों के कपड़े फाड़ेंगे आप? हम और राहुल जी थे। अध्यक्ष महोदय हम मजबूरी में गए हैं प्रधानमंत्री के आवास पर। अगर आप सुन लेते हैं यहाँ पर तो हम नहीं जाते। क्या प्रधानमंत्री स्टेटमेंट नहीं दे सकते हैं? युवाओं के लिए आप बाहर बोल सकते हैं, सदन में क्यों नहीं बोल सकते हैं आप?
In Lok Sabha and Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, just a short while ago, he gave out his press briefing where he reiterated and asserted his demand for the resignation of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. He's also accused the government of destroying the education system. Take a listen to what all he said.
The thing that is very clear to everybody is that our education system, which was known to be one of the best education systems in the world, is today a rigged system. The first demand, completely legitimate demand, is that Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, who has failed as an education minister, who is known to be corrupt, should be relieved of his duties. Second demand, every single person who raised a finger on our students, and it doesn't matter who he is, the people who ordered it and the people who executed it should be made accountable. And the third thing is that the man who is running this entire system, the man who is finally accountable to all this, should have the decency to apologize to the students for what has happened. These are not complicated things, these are not difficult things. This, how I was treated, is an irrelevant issue to me. I don't care. Treat me 5 times worse, I don't care. The focus has to be on this. The focus has to be on what was done to the students. The focus has to be on the education system, on paper leaks, and on the cost that these children have been forced to pay. Dharmendra Pradhan is a symbol, and the students have pain about how they have been treated. That symbol has to be removed. Out of respect to the students, that symbol has to be removed, number one. Number two, that symbol has to be removed because he is a completely incompetent, probably collusive person in this drama.
My colleague Himanshu Shekhar now joining me live from outside the Parliament. Himanshu, Rahul Gandhi now adamant not just on Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation, but also an apology from Prime Minister. All this at a time when the centre is ready for discussion. The centre has said that we will have a discussion in Parliament on the NEET paper leak, but the Congress now misleading the youth at this point of time because the issue of students has completely been buried with politics speaking at this point of time.
That's right, Raisha. In fact, the political stalemate has deepened with Rahul Gandhi now putting up some new demands before the government in his press conference. Remember, throughout the day, the disruptions in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha that we have witnessed was centered on two things. One, the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, and second, the initiation of a debate under an adjournment motion in Lok Sabha and under Rule 267 in Rajya Sabha. And both of that is not acceptable to the government. And with that, the political stalemate clearly seems to be deepening in Parliament, and the NEET paper leak case continues to cast a shadow on whether Parliament will function even tomorrow. Remember, in Rajya Sabha, it's very important to mention that the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, got up and demanded that if at all a discussion has to take place on NEET paper leak case, it should be held under Rule 267, which entails voting at the end of the discussion. And the opposition strategy is that there are constituents in NDA and even those non-NDA and non-India bloc parties could of course come out against the government if a voting takes place after a debate on NEET paper leak case. And government of course did not agree, and the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha very categorically said that a discussion under Rule 267 can be allowed only in the rarest of rare cases. And that's why the soundbite we just played where Mallikarjun Kharge is saying that this is the rarest of the rare case and why a discussion is not being allowed under Rule 267. So whether it is the modalities under which a discussion should take place or the resignation of the education minister, on both these issues, the government and the opposition, they continue to spar at each other, and none of the sides are ready to move a step back. In fact, the MPs I have spoken to, they very categorically said that whether an MP should be part of Council of Ministers or not is a prerogative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and only the Prime Minister can decide whether someone should be in his Council of Ministers or not. And the opposition MPs have no business to demand resignation of any minister in the Modi government.
Right,
so with that, I think the political stalemate clearly seems to be deepening, and of course there is no end to sight as to how this conflict is going to end in Parliament. Raisha.
Right, Wangchuk, because at this point of time, the Parliament has not been functioning because of the unruly behavior of the opposition, despite the the centre coming out and saying that we will discuss the NEET issue in the Parliament. And now some new demands by Rahul Gandhi, he's made those demands where he's also asked the Prime Minister to apologize. How do you see the situation panning out with perhaps the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha also functioning tomorrow? And where do you see the situation moving forward with the Congress so adamant on its core demand of Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation?
Well, difficult to say as to how this stalemate is going to end, because at the moment, with Rahul Gandhi upping the ante on the government, putting up some new demands like Prime Minister Modi should apologize to the students who have been protesting, etc., clearly complicates the situation for the government. Because we did see today, for a moment it seemed that there is a middle ground emerging when Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju, both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, got up and he said in Lok Sabha that Lok Sabha Speaker should call a meeting, all opposition leaders should be present there, and through consensus and dialogue, the government and opposition should decide the modalities and the rules under which a discussion should take place. But even that, at that moment also, the opposition MPs, they kept on doing hangama, and we do know that Priyanka Gandhi, when she came out, she said, and even Shashi Tharoor also said this point, that if at all a discussion has to take place, it should be under an adjournment motion. Now, adjournment motion is taken up only on issues which are related to matters of national importance and which is of national urgency, and it also implies some kind of a censor of the government in power, and so that's why the government did not agree. So adjournment motion, demand of opposition in Lok Sabha, discussion under Rule 267 in Rajya Sabha, both these demands of the opposition have not been accepted by the government, and that is why with Rahul Gandhi now upping the ante and putting up new demands, clearly the NEET paper leak case will continue to cast a shadow on functioning of Parliament tomorrow as well, on the fourth consecutive day of the monsoon session, and very little business is expected to be transacted even tomorrow. Right?
Absolutely, Marshall. We'll wait and have to see how things pan out tomorrow, but thanks very much for giving us a lowdown of where things stand over paper leak politics. Let's tell you more about what else is happening. The street fight over paper leaks and the politics over it continues to rage. BJP workers and leaders have now hit the streets across the country to protest against the Congress's dharna in Delhi yesterday. The BJP now alleges that Congress's protest was a threat to the Prime Minister's security at an extremely sensitive zone. The Saffron Party is also now accusing the Congress of misleading the youth. Meanwhile, Congress two-stage protest pan-India. Congress's stir is against the detention of Rahul Gandhi and its other prominent MPs in the national capital yesterday.
Thiruvananthapuram, the march is right now being headed by the BJP state president Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Along with that, all the three MLAs of the BJP, the mayor of Thiruvananthapuram, VV Rajesh, the deputy mayor, and of course the media coordinator. In fact, Anup. What is the reason for this protest?
See, the sheer hypocrisy of the Congress. They are trying to use this CJP, the so-called CJP protest, to create anarchy in this country. So this anarchy by going to the Prime Minister's residence purposely, when they know that that is not the site of the protest, they're doing this purposely just to incite unrest in the country, anarchy in the country, and we are not going to let that happen. The Prime Minister's office is an office which has got some values to be upheld. So we are not going the Congress to create anarchy in this country. So we are protesting against the Congress in the state to give them a strong reply.
Even as the focus remains on the protest that's ensuing at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, there are sporadic protests from the Congress party that's breaking out in different parts of the country. Here, outside the Congress office, you have the legal cell of the Congress that's staging a protest, and they are demanding the resignation of Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. They're seeking answers from the BJP, and all of them, of course, are holding placards and holding these protests for the last couple of hours in front of the KPCC office. Even as the BJP is threatening a counter-protest over how Rahul Gandhi, of course, has been staging protests outside the Prime Minister's residence in New Delhi. So there are multiple aspects to these ongoing protests here in Bengaluru and other parts of the country. With video journalist Kumar, this is Deepak Bopana for NDTV.
BJP workers protested out on the streets of Kolkata against Rahul Gandhi and Congress party. We are currently in Kolkata's Moulali area where they have blocked the road and protested against Congress party. And what they have said that the kind of situation unfolded in the national capital led by Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition, outside of the Prime Minister residence, that has triggered a lot of concern. But we do understand here in Kolkata as well, several BJP supporters, they raise slogans against Congress party and criticize Rahul Gandhi over this entire hour. With camera person Anirudh Tripathi, this is Ritik for NDTV.
Right now we are reporting from Sector 15 in front of our Congress office. First of all, we will show all the visual from here. We have seen the barricades have been put up by the Chandigarh police. At the same time, on the other side, we have seen all the BJP leaders, they are marching toward the Congress office. These pictures from here that we can see all the BJP leaders, they are moving toward the Congress office. They are saying that this was unfortunate, the way the protest was being carried out by the student and the Congress leader in national capital, and that is one of the main reasons why they are holding protest against the Congress party here in Chandigarh. With Vijay Rajesh Kumar, this is Group Singh China for NDTV, Chandigarh.
Alright, the government is ready for a second round of talks with the protesters. Union Minister JP Nadda announced that they will meet the protesters whenever they want to meet the government. Meanwhile, government has also agreed to meet protesters at a neutral location and not at Nadda's residence where that first meet took place on Monday. This, of course, comes after CJP announced that they want government representatives to either come to Jantar Mantar or any other neutral location.
अभी हमारे पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर किरण रिजिजू जी ने बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में कहा है कि सरकार हर मुद्दे पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है और इसके साथ साथ नीट में पेपर लीक और उससे निकलने वाली सारी गतिविधियों पर भी हमारी
की सरकार चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है। आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चलने वाली सरकार एक पारदर्शी सरकार है और लोगों के पक्ष में हमेशा फैसला करने वाली सरकार है। और ये जो जन विरोधी गतिविधि इनकी चल रही है, इसकी हम लोग तीव्र भर्त्सना करते हैं। इनको प्रजातंत्र में कोई विश्वास नहीं है, न ही उनके मूल्यों के प्रति विश्वास है। ये इनका रवैया है। इंडिया अलायंस गठबंधन है, उसका व्यवहार बहुत ही गैर जिम्मेदाराना व्यवहार है, गैर जिम्मेदाराना व्यवहार। और यह प्रजातांत्रिक विरोधी गतिविधि साफ साफ संसद में दिख रही है। संसद की मर्यादाओं को तार तार करके ये प्रजातांत्रिक मूल्यों का हनन कर रहे हैं।
Well, a war of words has now emerged between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress over who is hijacking or distracting away from a youth-led movement. It all began last evening when LOP Rahul Gandhi staged a sit-in, a dharna outside Prime Minister Modi's residence along with senior Congress leaders. The Aam Aadmi Party, which had been showing support with protesters at Jantar Mantar, sharply attacked Rahul's protest, accusing Rahul of attempting to weaken the youth-led movement by conspiring with the BJP. With attention now on Rahul's protest, Aam Aadmi Party questioned that while protesters could not reach Parliament, how did Rahul Gandhi and his party manage to reach PM's residence? Alluding further that the only reason Rahul managed to do this is as opposed to a month-long students' movement is because the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress were both colluding to take the attention away from Jantar Mantar.
आते कांग्रेस वाले अब जब पिछले 22-23 दिन से नौजवान और खासकर स्टूडेंट लगातार प्रोटेस्ट पे हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी भी गए, संजय जी गए, तमाम हमारे लीडर साहिबान गए। अब सारे देश में जब बात फैल गई तब कांग्रेस को नौजवानों की याद आई है। और मैं ये समझता हूँ आज देश के जो नौजवान और विद्यार्थियों की जो स्थिति है, जो बदहाली है, उसके लिए जितनी जिम्मेवार भाजपा की मौजूदा सरकार है उतनी ही जिम्मेवार कांग्रेस रही है।
हमें आम आदमी से सर्टिफिकेट नहीं चाहिए। पहले 7 MP भेज दिए उन्होंने बीजेपी के पास और अब बोलेंगे हमको सबक सिखाएंगे। हमें आम आदमी से सर्टिफिकेट नहीं चाहिए। पहले 7 MP भेज दिए उन्होंने बीजेपी के पास और अब बोलेंगे हमको सबक सिखाएंगे।
Of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi ji was dragged on the streets. Imagine the kind of attitude of this government where leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi ji is dragged. The blood came out. And for what? For what? When Rahul Gandhi ji is taking up the issue of the students, when Rahul Gandhi ji is being the voice of the students, he is being treated like this. And if the government feels that by dragging Rahul Gandhi ji or by detaining Rahul Gandhi ji, Priyanka Gandhi ji, KC Venugopal ji, other leaders of Congress party, we will succumb to all this pressure and stop questioning the government, then they are miserably wrong.
मेरा तो पूरा समर्थन है। बहुत अच्छा किया है राहुल, इशू को सबके सामने लाया। धर्मेंद्र प्रधान का रेजिग्नेशन और नीट लीक के बारे में जांच, ये होना ही चाहिए। हम इसको समर्थन करते हैं। लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी कह रही है कर रही है। मैं तो आम आदमी पार्टी से कंसर्न नहीं है। कांग्रेस मेन अपोजिशन पार्टी है, हम उसको समर्थन करते हैं।
And well, amid the nationwide outrage over the NEET controversy, the demand for the complete abolition of the medical entrance examination has once again gained political momentum. Backing the student protests, Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Vijay called for justice for students while condemning the detention of Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. Vijay said that Rahul Gandhi was supporting peaceful student protests and described his detention as an assault on democracy. Chief Minister Vijay also demanded to scrap the NEET examination. The former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has also renewed his party's long-standing call to scrap NEET, arguing that the examination has consistently failed students and also enabled large-scale irregularities.
NEET has become a talking point now. What does state government stand, sir?
ஸோ அஃபிஷியலி நம்மளுடைய ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் கம்ப்ளீட் நீட் அபாலிஷன் தான் எங்களுடைய ஒரே ஸ்டாண்ட். கல்வியை நீங்கள் அந்த ஸ்டேட்டோடைய மாநில பட்டியலுக்கு கொண்டு வரணும். இதை சட்டப்பூர்வமாக நாங்கள் எதிர்கொள்ளணும். அதே சமயம் மாணவர்களுடைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோடைய இந்த அகிம்சா வழியில் போராடுற அந்த ப்ரொட்டஸ்ட்டை நாங்கள் ஆதரிக்கிறோம்.
You see the Delhi protest, it has been a talking point. Yesterday, Rahul Gandhi also was part of it.
I'm very concerned about the way it's going now. ஏன்னா அப்போசிஷன் லீடர் இப்படி அராஜகமாக கைது பண்ணுவது நல்லதல்ல. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும்னா அங்கே அடிதடி பண்ணுறதோ வன்முறை அதுக்கு பதிலாக கூப்பிட்டு பேசுங்க. எல்லாரையும் வச்சு அவங்க ஒரு தேர்ட் பார்ட்டியாக கூட இருக்கலாம், ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்கல் பார்ட்டியாக இருக்கலாம், எல்லாரையும் கூப்பிட்டு நீங்கள் உட்கார வச்சு பேசி சுமூக தீர்வு ஒரு நல்ல சொல்யூஷனை எழுதணும்னு நான் கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
We had started the protest earlier. We had fought against NEET and DMK had conducted various protests in all part of Tamil Nadu. We are against NEET. Right from the beginning we were fighting against NEET. Even abolition of NEET is one of our major agenda in our manifestos. Well, in 2019 and 2024 parliament elections, we had objected to NEET and we said that NEET should be abolished. So people had supported us. We had got votes also on the basis of our manifesto. But this government, the BJP government, is very adamant because NEET is helping the North Indian states to join medical colleges because the question papers are leaked in North India. So it suits BJP to have NEET. That is the problem with them.
Have some breaking news coming in. Sonam Wangchuk, who has been on a hunger strike, has now written to the Union Minister JP Nadda and also Jitendra Singh. He said that the ministers assured him that the government would positively consider, number one, compensation for the families of students who died by suicide following the examination of the paper leak. Number two, a meaningful discussion in Parliament on accountability, including the consideration of the Education Minister's Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. And number three, Wangchuk also expressed concern over the July 20th, 2026 police action at Delhi Chalo Sansad March, calling it disproportionate. He said that many MPs from different political parties urged him to end his fast and continue serving the nation through education and youth work. That's Sonam Wangchuk's letter to the government so far. He has also sought an assurance from the government that no punitive or retaliatory action will be taken against the protesters who participated in the Sansad Chalo March on Monday, further stating that the protesters' only offence was demanding a fair and accountable education system. He goes on to say, he warned that if such assurance is not given, he may be forced to resume his fast indefinitely. That is Sonam Wangchuk's letter to the government, where he has appealed for an end to the use of what's happening at this point of time. I want to go across to Tejshri for more on this. Tejshri, Wangchuk has written a letter to the union ministers. He's put forth few demands and there seems to be some backtracking as well, where he says that if you give me assurance that some steps will be taken to in India's education system and consideration of Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation, that he will end his fast. But what's happening on ground right now on day 3 of the Jantar Mantar protest?
Well, yes, Resha, absolutely. This is the first time, in fact, that Sonam Wangchuk has not very firmly demanded for the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan. In fact, he has stated that there should be a meaningful discussion that should be held in the parliament. Not just that, but the accountability should also be fixed, including consideration of the resignation of Education Minister. These are the demands that he has put forward in a letter that he has penned down to JP Nadda and Jitendra Singh as well. He has also mentioned that adequate compensation should be given to the families of all those students who have committed suicide, and this has been demand of other people as well as we speak, other protesters as well, those who are sitting still at Jantar Mantar. But Raisha, as we have asked that what is happening at Jantar Mantar, then yes, the students are very much firm. They are still sitting at Jantar Mantar. Their protest is on and the crowd is swelling up day and night. There are protesters coming in who are showing their support. The opposition MPs are also visiting. We just heard also some time back Rahul Gandhi holding a press conference. Similar kind of demands were put forward by Rahul Gandhi, but this assurance given by Sonam Wangchuk after more than 20 22 days is very, very important, because he has stated that he can end his fast if an assurance is given that yes, all these demands that he has stated will be fulfilled. Now needs to be seen that how government responds to this letter that has been penned by Sonam Wangchuk, because government has been, stating that yes, we are actually ready for any kind of talks, and given at any point of time, we have opened all the channels for the talks, but let the representatives come and speak to us so that there could be a smooth conversation, we can hear to their demands and find some kind of solution to it.
Yeah, like you also mentioned, the government has agreed for discussions. There has been an outreach by the centre, because we're also learning that a second round of talks between CJP delegation and the government can happen today at some neutral location. Kiran Rijiju also saying that the centre will have a discussion on the NEET paper leak. So the government is giving assurances at this point of time on one hand. On the other, what Wangchuk has also written is some kind of assurance of accountability, which the government is ready for. Tejshri.
Well, yes, absolutely. If you see, Sonam Wangchuk has written that he needs some kind of meaningful discussion that should be held in the parliament, for which the government is absolutely ready. Government has made its stance very much clear. The Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju has also stated that we are ready to hold discussion on NEET. Come to Lok Sabha, come to Rajya Sabha, we'll be holding the discussion. But now we'll have to see that will actually be there a discussion taking place, or again there will be just ruckus and protest in the parliament.
Tejshri, thanks very much for sharing those crucial insights here with us. On that note, we slip into a very short break. We'll come right back. Lots more lined up for you here on NDTV 24/7. All right, with just 24 hours to go for the release of Jana Nayagan, anticipation is at an all-time high. Fans are gearing up for the first day, first show celebrations as Vijay's much-awaited movie gets ready to hit theatres tomorrow. Ahead of the big release, of course, we've been tracking this very closely, and I want to go across to my colleague Radhika, who joined me live from Chennai. Radhika, what's the mood like? In less than 24 hours, Jana Nayagan will hit the theatres. What are you picking up right now?
That's right, just a few more hours to go for the release of Vijay's Jana Nayagan. Of course, this time he'll be introduced not as Thalapathy Vijay, but as Chief Minister Vijay. And this is his last film. Of course, this was supposed to be released ahead of, a couple of months ahead. In fact, 6 to 7 months before today. But then unfortunately, there were all kinds of legal hurdles and CBFC hurdles, which is why there was this long delay. And as fate would have it, it is releasing after Vijay became the Chief Minister. He was actually ending his film career as he got into political journey. But now there is a lot of excitement, anticipation. I had been roaming around theatres in Chennai trying to get a sense of what the mood is like among the fans, and they are very, very excited. We'll of course play some of those reports eventually, where all the fans were talking about how it's been difficult for them to get the first day, first show movie tickets. We're talking about more than 6 lakh tickets sold across the country, and revenue gross of over 20 crore rupees as of now just across the country. 2,500 theatres is where this film is releasing across. Of course, Tamil Nadu has sold the maximum of these advanced tickets. Yes, the mood is, exciting as far as fans are concerned. They've been thronging theatres for the first day, first show tickets. And there are going to be a lot of celebrations today as well, Raisha. There'll be Pal Abhishekam that'll happen in the theatres. There are all kinds of posters and cutouts of Vijay's all over the theatres from where we brought reports since this morning. But yes, Chief Minister Vijay's film, first film, or rather the last film of his, and this is the only film after he became the Chief Minister. So therefore, this means a lot for people of Tamil Nadu and across the country.
Right, Radhika, and the excitement is palpable because after so many hurdles, Jana Nayagan finally hitting theatres in less than 24 hours. Let's tell you more about how the anticipation is at an all-time high. fans are gearing up for first day, first show celebrations as Vijay's much-awaited movie gets ready to hit the theatres tomorrow. Ahead of the big release, NDTV has exclusively spoken with the movie's director H. Vinod. From why Vijay chose Jana Nayagan and his experience of working with the star to the movie's underlying message of unity. H. Vinod opens up in an exclusive conversation. Here's one.
Why it was remake? Can you give us a brief, like what exactly happened between you and Vijay?
ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ஸ் விஜய் சாருக்கு வந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ஸை விட அவர் இந்த படம் அவருக்கு பெட்டராக பட்டிருக்கு. ஸோ அதனால் அவர் பண்ணணும்னு நினச்சிருக்காரு. ஸோ அது யாரை வச்சு பண்ணலான்னு போது நான் ஆல்ரெடி ஒரு ரீமேக் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், பிங்க் ரீமேக் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். அதோட சக்ஸஸும் அவர் பார்த்துருக்காரு. ஸோ அப்போது அதனால் அவர் என்னை செலக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கலாம். ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் அது டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ் போய் ஸோ அதிலிருந்து என்ன பெட்டர் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு எனக்கு சில சாய்ஸஸ் இருந்தது. ஸோ அதோட வில்லன் கேரக்டர் நான் மாற்றிக்கிறேன்னு கேட்டேன். அவர் அதுக்கு ஒத்துக்கிட்டாரு. ஸோ மியூச்சுவலி அக்ரி பண்ணி அந்த படத்தை ஒர்க் பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தோம்.
Speaking about the Jana Nayagan, it is one of the most controversial movie in recent time. Not about the movie, the release, whatever happened for past 6 to 8 months. What was the conversation, sir? Whether be it CBFC and the release got delayed, how the mood, the crew, because you are one of the main person, the crew underwent.
இல்லை, அது பெரிய ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல்லான டைம் தான். அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல்லான டைம் தான், ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான காலம் தான் அது. பட் அந்த டைமில் ஹீரோவும் ப்ரொடியூசரும் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்காக, கேவிஎன் சாரும் விஜய் சாரும் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கான ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் எங்களுக்கு பண்ணிட்டாங்க. ஸோ அவங்க ஒரு ஆலமரம் மாதிரி நின்று எங்களை ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணதுனால எங்களுக்கு அதில் பெரிய ஹீட் வரல. எங்களுக்கு எமோஷ்னல் ஃபால்ஸ்லாம் இருந்தால் கூட அவங்க அதை ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்துக்கிட்டாங்க.
Sir, there were speculation and reports whether the movie got shoot a few scenes during a Karur tragedy. Is that true? What's your clarity?
கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஃபால்ஸ். அது ஷூட் பண்ணிச்சா இல்லையான்னு உங்களாலே ஈஸியாக கண்டுபிடிச்சிட முடியும். கொஞ்சம் இன்வெஸ்டிகேட் பண்ணாலே நான் எங்கே இருந்தேன், நான் அந்த கேரவேனுக்குள்ளே இருந்தேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லப்பட்டதில்லை. அது இருந்தேனா இல்லையான்னு எவ்வளோ நேரம் ஆகும் செக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு? ஒரு சின்ன கம்ப்ளைண்ட் கொடுத்தா போலீஸ் என் வீட்டில் எல்லாத்தையும் செக் பண்ணிட மாட்டாங்களா? அல்லது என் கூட யார் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இருந்தாங்களோ அவங்கள விசாரிக்க முடியாதா? ஸோ இது கம்ப்ளீட்லி பொலிட்டிக்கல் இன்டென்ஷன்ஸோட பரப்பப்பட்ட ஒரு ஃபால்ஸ் நியூஸ்.
So, beside this is going to be a farewell movie for Vijay. What special H. Vinod had given in this movie for Vijay, especially for Vijay?
இல்லை, அதில் மக்களுக்கு தேவையான கான்டெம்பரரி இஷ்யூவாக இருக்கிற ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்ஸை பேசியிருக்கோம். மூவி யுனைட்டி பாலிட்டிக்ஸை பேசுது, யுனைட்டியை பற்றி பேசுது. அதனால் அந்த படத்தை எல்லாரும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும்னு கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
Final question, sir. What's your future plans, sir?
இந்த படம் தான் டிசைட் பண்ணோம். என்ன பண்ணணுன்றது இந்த படத்தை ஃபியூச்சர் இந்த படம் டிசைட் பண்ணோம். இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி அடுத்த படம்.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, Vijay's fans are eagerly waiting to secure their seats for first day, first show. Fans waiting in anticipation and also lining up outside Rohini Theatre for first day, first show tickets. NDTV's Radhika Ramaswamy has spoken to few fans. Take a look.
The excitement surrounding Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay's film Jana Nayagan is at its peak. In fact, ticket sales are crazy at this point. They are being sold like hotcakes across theatres in Tamil Nadu and in other parts as well. I'm in iconic Rohini Theatre, and as you can see, there are hundreds of Vijay fans here who are here just to get that ticket, get those tickets for Thursday, first show. நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, டிக்கெட்டுக்காக ஜனநாயகன் டிக்கெட்டுக்காக வந்திருக்கீங்களா?
ஆமாம், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷோ டிக்கெட்டுக்காக வெயிட் பண்ணுறோம். காலையிலேருந்து வெயிட் பண்ணுறோம். இது வரைக்கும் கவுண்டர் ஓப்பன் பண்ணல. நாங்களும் காலையிலேருந்து வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். இந்த மாதிரி எதுவும் ரிசல்ட் இன்னும் வரல.
காலையிலேருந்து வெயிட் பண்ணுறோம்.
ஆமாம், காலையில் 7 மணிலேருந்து வெயிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
7 AM ஆனா ஆன்லைன் டிக்கெட்ஸ் நிறைய சேல் ஆச்சு. ஆனா
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷோக்காக வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஃபர்ஸ்ட்
மேம், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷோலாம் யாரும் ஓப்பன் பண்ணல மேம். ஆன்லைன் டிக்கெட்டில் ஃபுல்லாக 12 மணிக்கு வந்து ஓப்பன் பண்ணாங்க. டிக்கெட் தர மாட்டாங்க, இல்லைன்றாங்க. மன்றத்துக்கு கொடுத்துருன்றாங்க, தர மாட்டாங்க யாரும். என்னன்னு முதல்ல நீங்கள் கேட்டு சொல்லுங்கள்.
எவ்வளோ வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் வெயிட் பண்ணறதுக்கு பிளான் பண்ணுறீங்க?
3 மணிலேருந்து நின்றுருக்கோங்க. மனசாட்சியெல்லாம் பண்ணுறாங்க. இன்னைக்கு வரும், நாளைக்கு வரும், எத்தனை நாள் வரும் சொல்லுங்க? நேற்று வந்தா நாளைக்கு வந்து அப்படியே மாற்றி சொல்கிறாங்க.
So these guys, they're saying they've been waiting for the last couple of days. Some of them are waiting since 7 AM today, 3 AM. Some of them have been waiting since 3 AM today just to get hold of those tickets. So these are offline ticket counters, but they are shut. But these guys are watching, waiting with anticipation.
மூணு நாளா வெயிட் பண்றா. How excited are you? நீங்க விஜய் கெட்டப்ல வந்திருக்கீங்க.
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. நம்ம தலைவர் படம் வந்து நடிகர் விஜயா ஒரு வந்து ரிலீஸ் ஆகாம முதலமைச்சர் விஜயா ரிலீஸ் ஆகுது. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு.
And tell me, how different will this film be when compared to previous films of Vijay's? இது எவ்வளோ டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும்?
ரொம்ப டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும். மக்கள் ரொம்ப எதிர்பார்க்குறாங்க. இப்போ முதலமைச்சர் விஜயா வந்து படம் பார்க்க வருவாங்க.
Okay, so today, before the release of Chief Minister Vijay's mega film Jana Nayagan, preparations are underway at Rohini Theatre, as you can see, and fans have also gathered here in anticipation. We have a lot of women fans here. Hello, thank you for talking to NDTV. எவ்வளோ எக்ஸைட்டடாக இருக்கீங்க?
செம்ம ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும். இந்த திருவிழாவை கொண்டாடுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ஹாப்பி.
இது எங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப பெரிய திருவிழாவாக இருக்குது. எங்கள் சிஎம் நடிச்சிருக்க படத்துக்கு நாங்கள் ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கோம். எங்கள் தளபதிக்கு தான் ரொம்ப எப்படி சொல்றதுன்னா,
சாதாரணமாக இருந்த நேரத்தில் கூட நாங்கள் ஹாப்பியாக தான் இருந்தோம். பட் ஆனால் இதை இவ்வளோ தடங்கள் பண்ணி இந்த நேரத்தில் ரிலீஸ் ஆகிறது எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும். வெயிட் ஃபார் யூ.
6 months வெயிட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். 6 months வெயிட் பண்ணியிருக்கேங்க. நிறைய CBFC சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தது. அப்புறம் எலெக்ஷன் ஆச்சு. தென் he became the chief minister. So how big is
எல்லாமே முடிச்சுட்டு இப்போ ஹாப்பியான ஒரு மூமெண்ட்டில் வந்து நிற்கிறோம். எங்களுக்கு நாளைக்கு ரிலீஸ் ஆகணும். நாங்கள் தளபதி படத்தை ஹாப்பியாக என்ஜாய் பண்ணி பார்க்குறோம்.
எப்போ பார்க்குறீங்க? டிக்கெட்ஸ் கிடச்சிதா?
நாளைக்கு மார்னிங்கே 9 o'clock செகண்ட் ஷோவை நாங்கள் எல்லாமே பார்க்குறோம்.
ஹாப்பியாக செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணி. வெரி நைஸ். எங்கே பார்க்குறீங்க?
நாங்கள் நாதமணி தேட்டரு.
என்ன ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்ஸ்? நாளைக்கு என்னெல்லாம் நடக்கும் தியேட்டர் வெளியில்?
வீட்டில் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன், மறுநாள் நாளைக்கு ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் நடக்க போகுதுன்னா எப்படி இருப்போமோ அந்த மாதிரி என்ஜாய்மெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும், ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கும்.
Well, it's one of the most anticipated movies of the year and perhaps the most political movie ever, fronted by sitting Chief Minister. Jana Nayagan isn't just Vijay's cinematic farewell from hidden political references to record-breaking business deals. The movie has been making headlines long before its release. Here are some of the lesser-known facts behind Tamil cinema's biggest release.
A film, a farewell, and a political statement. Jana Nayagan will be the first film of a sitting chief minister to hit the screens. But behind the hype lies a fascinating story. Did you know Vijay's character in the film is named Thalapathy Vetri Kondan? Its initials spell TVK, the very same abbreviation as Tamilaga Vetri Kanagam, Vijay's political party. But that reference almost didn't survive the censor process. One dialogue, Ambedkar Sattam to TVK Sattam, was altered by the makers after the CBFC process. The political reference was muted and removed from both the audio and visual track without changing the film's runtime. The film itself had a turbulent journey. Originally scheduled to release on January 9, 2026, Jana Nayagan was delayed for over 6 months after certification objections. The film was referred to a revising committee following complaints that certain scenes allegedly hurt religious sentiments and portrayed the armed forces in an objectionable manner. Now, with an A certificate from the CBFC and a runtime of just over 3 hours, the film is finally set for release on July 23rd. The scale of the project is equally staggering. Produced by KVN Productions and directed by H. Vinod, the film is reportedly mounted on a budget of nearly 300 crore rupees. Vijay is also said to have received a record 275 crore rupee remuneration, making it one of the biggest paychecks in Indian cinema. The film's non-theatrical business has already shattered records. Amazon Prime Video has reportedly acquired the streaming rights for around 121 crore rupees, while the satellite rights have been sold for approximately rupees 64 crore. Music too is driving the buzz. The first single, Thalapathy Kacheri has crossed 180 million YouTube views, while the soundtrack Oru Pere Valaru has already garnered more than 64 million views. Adding to the excitement is the cast. Bollywood actor Bobby Deol plays the antagonist, marking his second Tamil film after Kanguva. The film also stars Pooja Hegde and Mamitha Baiju. For fans, Jana Nayagan is more than a blockbuster. It is the last time they'll see one of Tamil cinema's biggest stars on silver screen. And for Vijay, it could well be the final crossover between cinema and politics as the next act of his career begins. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, after months of delays, controversy and a long certification battle, Vijay's Jana Nayagan is finally heading to theatres on July 23rd. And if advance bookings are any indication, the wait has only made fans more eager. The political action drama, believed to be Vijay's final movie before his full-time political journey, is already creating a box office top.
7 months of waiting, endless speculation, and a prolonged battle with the censor board. Vijay's Jana Nayagan has finally crossed every hurdle on its way to the big screen. And for Vijay's fans, the wait seems to have been worth it. With the film now locked for a July 23rd release, advance bookings have opened to a phenomenal response, proving that Superstar's box office pull hasn't faded one bit. Within hours of bookings opening, Jana Nayagan had already crossed over 6.7 crore, including block bookings. The Tamil version alone sold more than 1.33 lakh tickets across nearly 2,400 shows, while booking for the Telugu and Hindi versions are expected to gather pace as more screens open up. The biggest response has come from Karnataka, followed by Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Trade experts expect these numbers to rise sharply over the next few days as more theatres open bookings. It's not just advance booking numbers grabbing attention, the ticket prices are making headlines too. While Tamil Nadu has kept prices under control, Bengaluru has emerged as the costliest market for the film, with recliner seats priced as high as 2,500 rupees. In contrast, Chennai has capped ticket prices between Rs 54 and Rs 190. The frenzy is evident there too. Kamla Cinemas announced it sold over 10,000 tickets within minutes of bookings opening at its theatre alone. With a planned release across 7,000 to 8,000 screens in over 30 countries, Jana Nayagan is gearing up for a massive worldwide opening. Now all eyes are on one question. Can Jana Nayagan rewrite the record books? Rajnikant's Coolie currently holds the record for the biggest opening day ever for a Tamil film, collecting a staggering 151 crore worldwide. Before that, the benchmark belonged to Vijay's own Leo, which opened to 148.5 crore globally. With advance bookings already off to a flying start, can Jana Nayagan finally help Vijay reclaim the opening day crown? The answer will unfold on July 23rd. This is Abira Dhar from Mumbai for NDTV.
Well, the countdown to Jana Nayagan release has begun with just a day to go before the release. The makers have now dropped a new teaser that blends the real and real Vijay. Packed with action and power, it gives the clearest glimpse yet into Vijay's character.
Fire, fury, and flair. The 18-second latest teaser of Jana Nayagan is loaded with action. It opens with Vijay firing a gun at his enemies and slashing away at them. He punches, shoots, and fights his way through. The teaser shows him in vivacious outfits, including police and prison uniforms. A tiny glimpse also shows Vijay dressed in a white shirt and dark jacket, as he does now after becoming the Chief Minister. The new teaser marks a turning point for a film that has had one of Tamil cinema's most turbulent journeys. The original trailer was released back in January, ahead of its planned Pongal release. But prolonged battle over CBFC certification, combined with an online leak, kept the project in limbo for months. Since then, fans had only seen posters, songs, and release date announcements. This is the first new moving footage from the film in months. The promo also offers fresh clues about the story. Director H. Vinod had previously said the film moves beyond conventional commercial action. Instead, focusing on modern warfare and a battle to protect Indian democracy. According to Vinod, the story follows Vijay's character as he protects a young girl before confronting a larger threat facing the nation itself. The antagonist, he says, is driven by power and greed. While the hero stands as the defender of democracy. With the controversy now behind it, the marketing campaign has finally shifted into top gear. And with the release just days away, the makers are betting on the action, the scale, and Vijay's return to the big screen.
I am coming.
Bureau Report, NDTV.